Hey, second grade. Today's lesson is going to be lesson number 9, showing compassion. So really quick, before we get started, we're going to do a warm-up with the skills for learning. So in our first second step unit, you learn and practice these skills. So let's do it really quick. Focus attention, listen, be assertive, and ignore distractions. All right, so what are we going to do today? So when you notice and understand how another person's feeling, you often do something to show your care and concern. Last time, what did Tiana do to show Brandon she cared when she noticed he didn't want to hold the worm? She held the worm and let Brandon watch, right guys? And then what happened, or what helped Tiana understand Brandon's feelings? Empathy, right? We always want to put ourselves in other people's shoes. Having empathy helped Tiana notice and understand Brandon's feelings. Then she showed her care and concern for Brandon by holding the worm for their assignment. So here's our brain builder today. It's called Mum's the Word. You've learned that focusing your attention and listening helps you have empathy. Other skills for learning, like being assertive and using self-talk, can help you show care and concern for others. Let's practice your skills with a brain builder called Mum's the Word. So we're going to practice the steps slowly, and you need to make sure you remember to use your skills for learning, especially self-talk. Okay, so remember, we want to practice our skills with this brain builder. Okay, so we're going to decide on a number that's forbidden to be said, such as 4. And then if you guys are doing this in your class, you can pause after I explain the directions. If not, then we'll just move on in the video. But ask students to count around the class, replacing the forbidden number 4 with the first word of a word pair. So like sun, rain, apple, orange, north, south. For example, 4 becomes sun, sunteen, 20 sun, and so forth. And then there's another second forbidden number 6, and replace it in the second word in the pair. For example, 6 becomes rain. So rain-teen, sun-tea rain. Oh my gosh, did y'all recognize that? So 46 would be sun-tea rain because 4 is sun and 6 is rain. So we're going to play a few rounds to increase the challenge and increase and decrease the counting speed. Every time you practice your skills for learning, your brain gets better at doing them. You become more confident. Today, your skills for learning will help you have empathy and show care and concern for others. Okay, so let's try this really quick. So if you're in your class, I'm going to start and you can pause right here. So let's just start with the number 4 since we already said it. So I would be 1. You would be, somebody in your class could be 2, 3, and then you would say sun, 5, 6, 7, 8, say it with me, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, sunteen, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20 sun. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and count to 24 every time. Okay, so let's use the next one. Okay, let's practice the number 6 and replace it. This is going to be confusing with rain. 6 is going to become rain. So let's do this together again. Remember, 4 is still sun. This is going to be so confusing, but you guys can do this with me. 1, 2, 3, sun, 5, rain, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, sunteen, 15, rainteen, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20 sun. And if we were going to 6, we would say 20 rain. So guys, if you want to pause and play this, it might be really fun with your class. All right, so now we're ready for the story and the discussion. This is Ayako. Today she is teacher's helper. Her teacher prepared a basket of art supplies and asked Ayako to hand them out. Ayako tripped on her shoelace and dropped the tray, spilling markers all over the floor. How is Ayako feeling? What do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up if you think she's feeling embarrassed, sad, or upset. How can you tell? Her mouth is turned down, her head is hanging, and she just spilled stuff. Thumbs up if you have ever spilled something and felt sad or embarrassed. That's happened to me. We all know what it feels like to do something by accident. This is Kareem. He notices how upset Ayako is feeling after spilling the art supplies. He has empathy for Ayako, and he wants to do something to show his concern for her. So let's look at the picture and think about what Kareem could do to show his concern. What could he do? Maybe ask her to clean up, ask the teacher or someone else to help, or say something kind. Showing concern for someone is called compassion. Compassion is empathy in action. When you have empathy for someone, ask yourself, what is a kind thing to say and how can you help? Okay? And I want you guys to think right now too, have you ever shown compassion to someone? What did you say or do? Think of a time you showed compassion for someone and turn and tell your partner what you did. What did you do to show compassion? I'll give you guys an example. I feel like I try to show compassion every day by being a counselor. And like if something happens to someone, like for example, one of my students, one of the boys that goes to the school, his grandmother is in the hospital, and I had a lot of empathy for him because I've had family members in the hospital before, and that's really hard. And then by showing compassion, I kind of talked about it with him, right? So there's a lot of things that you can do. Compassion is kind of being there and being with the person. Okay. So here's our empathy poster, and we are going to go over it. So empathy is feeling or understand what someone else is feeling. Look at their face and body for clues. What is their point of view? How do they feel? How can you help? And what's a kind thing to say? So now we're going to play a game and practice our skills. So you guys can do this in your classroom if you want. Again, you can pause and do this, or we can do it the way that I'm going to do it. So there's going to be 2 volunteers that can stand back to back and pretend something has happened and make a face to show how they feel. Everyone else will look to see if their feelings are the same or different. And so I think what we can do is, instead of having somebody come to the front, what you guys could do is just look at each other's different reactions while we do the scenarios, okay? So here's the scenarios. And a friend invites you to swim in the lake in the park. Show me on your face what you would look like if your friend invited you to swim in the lake in the park. That's what my face would look like. And remember, it's okay to have a different reaction, right? Okay, now let's show our friends on our faces. You have to take a crowded bus through the city. Show me what that looks like on your face. I do not want to do that, right, guys? Like, no. Crowded buses right now does not sound fun. Okay, but it's okay if that's something that would interest you, right? Here's another one. A friend asks you to hold her pet mouse. No. I think animals are really cute. I like to hold dogs and cats, but no, not a pet mouse. Show me what you would look like on your face. Nice. Okay, and then the last one. A cousin you do not know is coming to visit. I would be excited to meet somebody I didn't know that was my cousin. Show me what you would look like. Nice job, guys. All right, so now we're going to wrap up the lesson. You learned that sometimes people have the same feelings and sometimes they have different feelings from each other. Is it okay for people to have different feelings about the same thing? Yes. This week, see if you can notice when others have the same or different feelings from you. All right, so here is one of my favorite books. It's called I Am Love. It's a book of compassion by Susan Verde and Peter H. Reynolds.
I Am Love, a book of compassion. When I see someone going through a storm, hurt and unfairness, of anger and sadness, when the sun disappears and the skies grow dark. And I see there is fear. I ask myself, what can I do to help the light back in? I put my hands on my heart and listen, and that is where I find the answer. I have compassion. I act with tenderness. I am love. I can listen and not say a word. I can be there. Love is being present. I can hug and hold and say, everything will be all right. Love is comfort. I can speak softly and choose my words and actions carefully. Love is gentle. I can give thanks for all I have and am able to share. Love is gratitude. I can keep my mind and body safe and healthy. Love is taking care of me. I can express what's important to me. Love is creative. I can know that no one is perfect. Love is understanding. I can do my best to make things better when something is wrong. Love is effort. I can celebrate those I've loved before. Love is remembering. I can find goodness in a kind word, a helping hand, or a shared smile. I can breathe in the air that the whole world shares, and know all creatures are made from the very same stardust. Love is connection. When the clouds roll in for others than me, I know now there is something I can do. I can let my heart lead the way. I am love. You are love. We are love. And with love, we will weather the storm and light up the sky together.
All right, guys, I'll see you next time.